Hello friends, this is Santosh Aineri and let's speak in JavaScript. Today we are going to discuss about closures, one of the commonly asked questions in JavaScript interviews. So what is closure? People have different answers for this, like there will be an outer function and there will be inner function. Inner function will have access to outer function variables, all those stuff, right? But what exactly the closure is? To summarize, the earlier words are the definitions which are very popular outside are correct up to 80%. But have you understood it practically or have you tried it practically? And that's what we are going to do it in this video. And by end of this video, you will understand what exactly the closure is and you will never forget it again, right? So let's start. Let me write an out of function for you. I'll name it as out of func, which will return an inner function called inner func that will return a value which is declared in out of function. Yes, our closure is ready actually, but before jumping into that concept or before explaining it, let me explain you something called lexical scoping. So what is lexical scoping? In simpler terms, I can explain with an example like if you are entering a house and there is a living room at the beginning, at the entrance, right? So there is a bedroom beside it and there is a dining room on other side. So just assume like that. And whenever you want to go to a bedroom or if you want to go to the dining room, you have to cross that living room. So in such case, so even if you are in bedroom or even if you are in dining room, you have access to the things which are placed in living room, right? And if you are going out, you can just go and take that thing and you can just exit the house, right? And that exactly what the lexical scoping is. So to understand it more clearly, for say whatever the variables which are declared outside the function in outer function, so all its inner functions will have access to this particular variable because the scope chain passes go deep into that, and all the nested functions will have access to this variable. Then what is a closure? If this is because of lexical scoping, then what is a closure? And that's what we are going to check it now. So let me create a variable and call out a function to that. So on execution of this line, temp will have this inner function, right? Now I'm just so basically this is not console.log, this is console.dir. So this will give you the more explanatory view of anything. Like consider log will just log you something, but consider if you are logging a function or if you are logging an object, if you use console.dir, it will give you more in-depth view. So I'm just printing console.dir here and I'll just run it in this JS bin console. You are not able to see, but let me open the browser console. Yep. So I'm just printing the temp here. Of course, there will be inner function, and that's what this is. And if you expand it, and there is something called scope, right? So whenever you open it, there is something called closure object. So that's what the closure is. Closure is an object, right? So whenever a function is created, and what are the variables we are accessing from the global scope or from the parent scope. So this will get enclosed inside an object, and that object name is called a closure. So this is happening because at this particular point of time we have access because of lexical scoping, and due to that an object is created and that object name is called closure, and how many values we use it here, and those values are enclosed inside this closure object. So this is what the closure is. Hope you understood closure very clearly, and if you have any doubts, please do comment and I'll try to reply as soon as possible. And if you like this video, please like it and please do subscribe because that motivates me to do more informative videos like this. Thank you so much.